Mixed Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mixed Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mixed Design. Mixed Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mixed Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mixed Design.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
This is where the fun begins. What is up, everybody?
But we've seen this movie before.
What's Sam Pittman known for?
I don't know.
Exactly. Is the Arkansas athletic program cursed? But you never know what the loudest mouth in the fan base and his wild band of misfits are going to say. I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen with your hosts, Razorback Zach and Marcus MC Carlton.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. I'm Razorback Zach, coming to you live from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen alongside my buddy, my broadcast partner, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, MC. Take the freaking hat off. What the hell have you done?
It's time, man. It was just time.
I was hoping that it was just a filter, but
No, it's not a filter. This is legit, man. This is the new and improved, sleek, aerodynamic version of MC.
All right, well, that's a little much. As you saw in the video before, 23 years ago today, 9/11/2001. Everybody remembers that. That was a big day for me. I was a ninth grader at Central Arkansas High School, and it was also the day that I finally realized that I wanted to be in the military. But we can't ever forget 9/11. And MC, I'm going to say this, and I don't want it to come across as wrong, but everybody remembers 9/11, but nobody remembers September 12th.
Yeah.
You know, September 12th, we came together. Everybody came together, no matter what race, religion, orientation, didn't matter, because we were all Americans. We need to get back there. I'm not going to get too deep off into this, but we need to get back there is all I'm saying.
Can't say it any better than that. That's the America we need. We need the America on 9/12.
Right? Another announcement. It's official. Inside the Hawg Pen. is now permanently a part of the 2024 Little Oktoberfest and the Little Oktoberfest event completely. We are now their official MCs. So September 28th,
Nice.
6 to 9 p.m. Your boy's going to be out there live. I'm going to have some special guests with me. But September 28th, it's all going to a good cause. It's all going to Casting for Recovery. Make sure you guys get your tickets. And there's a drawing too. So they're doing a thing now. So if you buy a t-shirt online and you wear it to the event, you're going to be entered into a drawing. This is not being publicized anywhere. I'm the only one that knows that is announcing this. If you wear the t-shirt, they're entering you into a drawing to win local gift cards to a surprise business in the Little Rock area. And there's some gift cards in there. So make sure you guys come out and say hi. Come out and see us. Come out and talk ball and have some brews, man. All right. So that being said, let's go to the beard behind the board. Jesse the Beard Thurman. Jesse, what's up, dude?
Woo! What's going on, y'all?
Another day. All right. So tell us about this weekly poll where we asked the fans, because we'll get into the Oklahoma State game, but the collapse in Stillwater. What are the fans think is the improvements being made? Because as we're going to get into later, you really can't put this one on Pittman.
All right, we had John Caldwell, game management, time and play calling, ball handling, and endurance. And we need to find a kicker.
Amen to that.
I have
Brad
thoughts
Staten.
on that I'll get into later on.
Boy, amen to that. I miss you, Cam Little, wherever you are. Jake Bates, I miss you.
Yeah, two kickers in the pros, kicking field goals on Sundays as rookies.
Not just kicking field goals, dude.
Yeah.
50 plus.
Yeah, 50 plus.
All right, let's not forget that. 50 plus.
All right, then we got Brad Staten. He thinks the one where we need to improve the most is our focus and intensity. Said we played our butts off the first half and looked amazing. Take the break, came back, lost focus, and it wasn't the same in the second half. Learn to win is how he closed it.
I mean, I agree with that. And it, that second half, Oklahoma State could have made, we just didn't adjust to the adjustments that Oklahoma State made.
32-10.
Yeah. That's the tail of the tape right there. And we're going to get into it later on in the show. And
we got Carolyn Williams.
Razorback.
They need to drill down on fundamentals of ball handling and field positioning. And then I'll close it out with Baxter Meeks, our sponsor, Meeks Design Company. Quit running under the punt returner.
He texted me about that. And we had a whole side conversation about that very thing.
I have one thing to say to Baxter's comment. Louder.
We did, man. He texted me like in rant mode going about that.
Speaking of, and now that we're going to get into the heartbreak in Stillwater, speaking of, okay, Arkansas ranks second in the country in total offense. 660 yards a game, 670 yards a game if you round up. When was the last time that happened? I wonder who was the coach.
How about this, Zach? How about that stat that got thrown out in our group chat?
Wait!
Today?
Don't take. No, I got it. You talking about the record?
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on. Trust me. I have something cooking for that one. 35th ranked defense, 260 yards a game. Well, that defense.
You can do that. You can work with that. You can work with that.
And then we're the 35th ranked special teams at 23 yards a punt. Just gonna leave that there. Did we not recruit a damn kicker? I'm just gonna ask the hard question here. What are we paying Scott Fountain for?
That's what I would like to know.
I mean, what the hell?
You had to know, as good of a year as Cam Little had, last year and the year before, you had to know as soon as he was draft eligible, he was leaving. And I understand kickers they're not a dime a dozen. I understand.
Right.
That.
That's fine.
But that's your one job. That's your one position you got to go recruit. Because punters can be a walk-on. It doesn't.
Well, Sarah kind of
Anyway.
disagrees with that because they wouldn't let her try out.
Well,
MC, come
different
on,
story.
dude. You got one job, and that's to kick the freaking ball between the poles. All right.
Yeah, I
Between no, you got one job. Y'all don't even practice all that long because somebody make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense.
Zach, as a kicker in junior high, it's a lot easier than it sounds. Trust me.
A lot easier than it sounds, or a lot harder than it sounds.
A lot harder than it sounds.
Oh, I was
going to say, you're just adding fuel to the fire here.
Dude, you're opening up a can of worms that you don't want right now.
Oh, you make me pull my hair out.
Oh,
that'll make the holiday special.
Did you really? Come on.
Dad joke 101, man.
Right. I mean, you can't look. Now, the one thing I will say about the coaching staff is I saw intensity in Sam Pittman that I didn't see last year. I saw him flip off the refs, and I saw him drop the F-bomb. I like it. No, MC, I like it. I like it better than him just standing there going.
I like the edge.
And he's getting after the refs too. Dude, he was getting red-faced and mad and screaming too.
Yeah.
Where has this Sam Pittman been?
I would much rather see that than to see him stand over on the sideline and look like Gomer Pyle.
Where has this Sam Pittman been?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't know. And he actually had answers in the post-game press conference and in the Monday morning press conference. He had answers instead of that's not what we ran in practice.
Well, and I think I just really think that in the off season, some of the PR people got with him and like, look, you got to stop this. I don't know. Or
I bet you a dime a dozen Kyle's up there going, dude, don't. What are you doing? Are you trying to kill me?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, MC. I want to get your opinion on this. You've been around the game of football longer than I have. You've coached. I'm pretty sure you've coached it as a dad.
I've helped coach a little bit.
You've called you've called high school games.
Called a bunch of games. Yeah.
All the mistakes that were made on Saturday are easily correctable. And I'm not. Hold, please. I have to do something real quick.
Yeah, it's everything is correctable. Oh, you got your Kool-Aid.
Tempting.
A little sour.
It's tempting. It's cold. I hit the juice box a little hard. But no, I mean, it's correctable. All right, it is. It's correctable. If we just tweak it, do you know how dangerous this team could be?
But what is that barrier? Because we've said this not as much, maybe not as much last year, but let's go back to 2022.
Okay,
a lot of the same things. It's like, what, the mistakes we made were correctable. And last year we had, I'm sick of hearing about all the one-loss games from last year.
No moral victories.
Okay, at what point? This is year 5. At what point do you get over the hump to where you're not having these same mistakes happen? Because what we saw Saturday, the mistakes that we saw, yes, they are 100% correctable, very easily correctable. But this is the same battles that we've been fighting every time there's been a close game since the beginning of the 2022 season. 2021, we found a way to win some of those.
Oh yeah.
But
so
the last 3 years, it's like, what is going on? What is it going to take?
I'm glad you brought that up because I got a couple of points, but at the same time, I want to try to answer it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference between last year's team and this one.
It's not the same team.
It's not well, and you can say it's not the same team because it's not. It's not.
50 plus guys.
I'm not just talking about personnel wise, and I'm not
Yeah.
talking the addition of Bobby Petrino. I'm talking mentally.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking mentally because you saw fight, you saw the intensity.
They did not let go of the rope.
What you did because last year's team when they got that pick six, when Oklahoma State got that pick six,
Done.
last year's team would have folded.
Yes, 100%.
And this thing would have gotten out of hand. There's no need for double overtime.
Yep, I agree. 100%.
Okay. This year's team never quit.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they can actually turn this thing around. I mean, that's what scheduling a Power 5 school is doing in this early in the season. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I hated losing, but I liked to see it because let me explain. Everybody was high and mighty when we came out of UAPB with 700 yards, 70 to nothing,
right.
Millions of yards of offense. Heck yeah, here we come. This showed where we needed to work on.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, you're not playing the likes of Alabama or Georgia,
right?
But it showed you what you needed to work on. So you go into UAB, you use what you practiced from where you lost at Oklahoma State, and then you go down to one of my least favorite places in the world, Jordan-Hare Stadium, and beat the holy crap out of Auburn.
That game suddenly looks a lot more winnable.
Dude, you could be 2-1 going into
A&M.
Into A&M. Okay. You couldn't say I'll be the first one to tell you, MC, and y'all know this. I'll be the first one to tell you. I didn't have any faith in this team going into the season.
Oh, I didn't either. My pick showed that. Make me look stupid for picking them 4-8. Please. I'm begging you.
Please.
Make me look like a moron. I want that. So while we're on the subject of this game, I got an interesting text message from a friend of mine after the game Saturday. And I haven't mentioned it to anybody on the show yet because I wanted genuine reactions when I brought this up. Okay. Jesse, you can jump in here on this too if you want to. I got a text after a couple hours after the game. Good friend of mine, we text all the time, ball games, whatever. He threw this out, and he's like, you know the old saying of most improvement you have comes between game 1 and game 2. He said, watch for huge improvement on the trouble areas that we talked about that were all correctable. He said, watch for huge improvement on the UAB game. Because if you want to get right down to the brass tacks, this was game 1 for Arkansas.
I like that.
And he stopped me dead in my tracks, and I'm like, okay. I can kind of see that.
Holy crap. Wow. Okay.
Because if you think about, and I don't mean any disrespect to UAPB, but let's call that game what it was. That was a glorified scrimmage.
It was you sleptwalk through it. All
yeah.
Right? And that makes, wow. Okay. Talk about bringing our show to a grinding freaking halt.
And what makes it even funnier is this guy's like the eternal pessimist. I mean,
but again, very valid point.
Yeah.
Very valid point.
So, if you look at it from that perspective, does it make the loss any easier to take? No. But it does put those correctable mistakes into a bit of a different light, because if you look at this as the first game, and for all intents and purposes, you could make the argument that this is the first real game Arkansas had. Your opening game, you always have kinks. You always have things that you got to work out. You always have things that don't go right.
Absolutely.
So, we'll see.
I'm going to agree with you 100% there, MC. UAPB, we made the same mistakes when you look at the film. We made the same mistakes against UAPB that we did against Oklahoma State. The main difference is we were playing a Power 4 school with D1, potentially pro athletes on the other side of the ball, and they made us pay for making those mistakes.
Yeah. And that's what good teams do. When you make a mistake, a good team makes you pay for it. Now, do I think Oklahoma State's a little bit overhyped? Yeah, I think they might. I don't know that they are as good as what everybody perceived them to be right now. They may be a completely different team in November. Ollie Gordon did not have a good game. I mean, if you just take blind stats of the running backs, he does not look like the one that's the Heisman hopeful in that game.
Yeah, and later in the show, when we get to Hog Tua, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Y'all are just gonna want to watch Hog Tua later in the show.
Yeah. Zach's got a surprise for everybody.
Hey Zach, what do you want on the side of your crow?
I ain't decided yet. I like it deep fried though.
I like homemade mashed potatoes with my crow.
Yeah,
I can do that.
I can do that. Give me some Wright's barbecue, same as yours, Jesse. Little medium rare. Hey, there's a stat that stuck out to me. There's two stats I'm going to throw out there that genuinely surprised me. Teams with 550 yards or more total offense. What do you think that record is? It's like 336. It was 336, 337 going into Saturday. It's now 337 and 1.
What's that thing that they're doing in the locker room now? We have.
Hey, all right, no, wait. I kind of like that though. Okay,
we are the 1 and 337 and 1.
I kind of like that though. I do. I kind of like the we are because
we have 11 billion yards and a 1-1 record.
337 and 1.
Yeah.
Now the other thing that stood out to me is there's two other SEC head coaches that were hired at the same time as Sam Pittman. All right.
Yep.
You had Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri, and you had Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss.
Have I ever mentioned that I wanted Lane Kiffin over Sam Pittman?
A lot of people did. A lot of people wanted Lane Kiffin over, and
I was, dude. I'm surprised he didn't block me on Twitter because I was begging that dude every day. Please come to Arkansas. Please come to the UAF.
Have you seen the records?
Oh yeah.
Sam Pittman is 24 and 26 through 51 games. Lane Kiffin is 36 and 15, and Eli Drinkwitz is 30 and 21. The dork is doing better than you.
Well, now his numbers are a little skewed last year because I think Missouri won 11 games last year. Because he was I would think it would be fair to say that prior to that 11-win season last year by Missouri, he was on the hot seat because he wasn't producing either.
True. And
both of those coaches have made a bowl game every year where Pittman has not.
Yeah,
very true. But it's just a telltale sign, of just where we are. I mean, we're not bad. We're not horrible. Because this game, truth be told, MC, this game could have been a whole lot worse.
Well, it could have been a whole lot worse, and it could have been a whole lot better because right before the half, we had a surefire touchdown dropped in the end zone that would have put us up 28-7.
We left
going into the break.
Didn't we leave? And Jesse, you could fact check me here. Didn't we leave like 21 points on the field before overtime?
If you watch DJ Williams' breakdown of the game, you can find it on YouTube, 4th and 5 podcast. I am plugging somebody else, Zach. It'll be okay. He breaks it down.
DJ's a good friend of mine, so
I can think of 4 passes he pointed out that if Taylon Green makes an accurate pass with proper timing, it is walk-in touchdowns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many of those drives ended in a touchdown? I don't remember. The most obvious being throwing it at Rodney Hill's shoelaces on the wheel route. I know.
I waited all game for that wheel route. I wanted to just lose my mind the first time the wheel route was run because that play, I don't know what it is about that play, but when Bobby Petrino calls that wheel route, it's unstoppable. I mean, it's a hack. It just is not, for whatever reason, the deception on that play fools the defense every time, and it was there. I mean, all he had to do was just get it in the vicinity of the guy from his waist to his helmet, get it somewhere in that range, and he walks in for 6.
before we get to our staff picks, there's one more thing I want to touch on. I can't remember the Twitter handle, but it was shared in our team chat earlier this morning. DMAD sent it, and it was a clip. It was a clip of the players.
Mm-hmm.
It was Andrew Armstrong and Jaquindon Jackson. Am I remembering?
I believe so. I'm looking that up real quick.
They did something, and I will single these two people out because they're no longer at Arkansas. They did something that KJ Jefferson, Raheem Sanders, because I ain't calling him freaking Rocket. He had 58 yards at South Carolina on Saturday.
So the Twitter handle was Jacob Morris at Jacob Morris TV.
Okay. They took accountability and said, this loss was on us.
Yeah, said it multiple times, said it was all us. And like I put in our little team chat today, that's more accountability than we've seen in I don't know how long.
Yes.
From players.
And
so yeah.
You could see it and like that, and that's why I say there's something's brewing with this football team. We just ain't seen it yet.
It's got to carry over.
We just ain't seen it yet.
It's got to carry over. The words are great. The accountability is the base. That's where it starts. You get the accountability and you build from there.
Yeah. I want to see complete, total, non-stop domination on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Do not I'll look. If I'm Sam Pittman and Bobby Petrino, I'm telling these guys, whatever you do, I do not care. Do not take your foot off the pedal.
Yeah.
Because this is it until Louisiana Tech. This is the last tune-up game.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got Auburn, A&M, and Tennessee coming up. And it doesn't get any easier.
No, it's not. Again, like you said, it's not going to get easy again until the Louisiana Tech game. And depending on how injuries and everything have fallen at that point, that one may not be the gimme that it appears to be right now.
Yeah, true. Very true. By the way, immediately following our show tonight, we are releasing the preview show of our conversation with Blazer Victory. Yeah. Had a great conversation with him. Great dude. We preview UAB. So go over to our podcast because you're not going to find it here.
Every major podcast outlet, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, what else? Amazon Music.
Amazon, anywhere you find a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. So as we look ahead, that's going to do it for the Oklahoma State thing. But as we look ahead to UAB, our staff picks. Now we're down one staff member because he just was not human on Sunday during our staff meeting.
Yeah, get well, Loki.
Get well, Loki. Get well, wise man. So we got our staff picks, and we're going to kick it off with Mr. Clean over here. MC says 51-13. That's an odd number. Where'd you get 51 from?
Get some field goal work in. I want to see. I want to see some. 42. 6 touchdowns, 3 field goals. I want to see. I want to see some field goal work, and I was going to bring this up when we were talking about it, because this is something that I didn't understand for the Oklahoma State game. Did you know we have a 5-star kicker on the roster that has not seen the field for place kicking?
Okay, so Jesse, we're going to go a little bit long, so we'll be all right.
I didn't mean to derail, but
that's a very valid point. I don't believe in the star system, dude. And that's a horse of a different breed for another show, but I don't believe in the star system. Okay.
But that's the system you have to go by. If he's recruited and he's a 5-star, is he not performing in practice? I mean, what's the deal? Why is he only kicking off? And you've got these other 2 guys that obviously you don't trust, or you wouldn't be going for it on 4th down.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't remember who told me or where I heard it or something, but if there's a 5-star in Texas and he chooses to come to Arkansas, he's automatically a 3-star.
And this kid's from Texas.
So if he's a 5-star here in Arkansas, it means he was a 3, he was a lower star somewhere else.
Right. He's a Texas kid.
That's why I don't believe. But I'm not saying he's not a good kicker. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the star system itself.
Yeah. Well, and I just, and I know we put the bow on the Stillwater game, but to not trust your kicker in situations. And I understand maybe you don't want to throw a freshman kicker out there in that clutch of a moment because let's face it, kickers are head cases. We all know this.
Cam Little did it.
Cam Little did it. Yes. I go back to the old soundbite. I go back to the old soundbite from a legendary coach. Said this long before any of us were born in regards to young players playing. If a dog's going to bite, he'll bite as a pup. Who said that?
Bear Bryant.
Close. Darryl Royal.
I was either going to go him or Frank.
Yeah, and it's tried and true because we saw Cam Little come in as a freshman in 21, a pressure pack situation down at LSU. In overtime, what's he do? Splits the uprights.
Exactly.
Wins the game, brings the boot home.
So D-Med brings his score in, and it's kind of similar to yours, 56-13.
Yeah.
All right. So it's kind of, I'm starting to sense that we're kind of all on the same page. The Beard says 58-3, and Sarah says 45-13.
Okay.
And I'm going with the long ball. To hell with it. 63-0.
Wow. Okay.
63-0. So, but we've got to take a break and catch our breath, pay some bills. On the other side of the break, look, that's all. That's the Hawg. We'll be right back.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Razorback Zach, Marcus, MC Carlton, and the Beard behind the board, Jesse Thurman, hanging out with you tonight. So, UAB comes to town Saturday. I think that's at 3:15.
3:15. Yeah, odd time.
Weird times now, but that's TV.
Well, and while we were in the break, this hit Twitter in regards to Saturday. Coach Pittman has named the captains for the first home game of the season.
Oh my!
You had.
We're getting new captains every week, Zach.
Yeah, they're doing the rotating captain thing. I love the Mickey Mouse voice though. That was well played. Isaac Tesla, Isaac Tesla, Jaheim Singletary, TJ Metcalf, and my old eyes got to blow this one up. Devin Bell.
All right,
that's your four captains for this week.
Like MC said, it's the official home opener for the Arkansas Razorbacks. They are officially back home for one game, and then they're on the road again. I mean, you're at your home stadium one time in the first 5 games.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about seeing a different Sam Pittman.
Yeah,
I like the fact that he brought that up. That, you know, we get one home game in the first 5 weeks, and how that's not fair to our fans. It's like, yeah,
it's not. But man, playing devil's advocate here, the experience that these guys are getting and the test that they're getting put through, hostile environment at Jordan Hare, loud environment, and NFL type environment down at Dallas.
Yeah,
you know, Stillwater.
Well, and I think isn't this
is
the last year for Dallas?
Last year for Dallas, and then it goes to home and home. I think it's supposed to go to home and home.
That's the latest that we know right now.
Stay with
I
this.
think
We
it goes
even
home
play
and home.
A&M every year.
Yeah.
Another thing, at least we're not on the road for, what is it, 6 straight weeks last year? We were away from Fayetteville.
Yeah.
At least we don't have to deal with that this year.
I hated the schedule last year.
But think about this, okay? Let's and I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of it, but game 1, Pine Bluff is in, let's just say it's in Fayetteville, okay? You go 3 hours away from home to Stillwater. You come back to Fayetteville for, let me get my fingers turned right, for game 3. You go down to Auburn, and then let's say Jerry World doesn't exist, and then you come back home to play A&M. So that makes, 3 of your first 5 could have been in Fayetteville. Well, I guess 2 of your first 5, because technically I think we're the road team at Jerry World this year, so it doesn't apply this year. So
yeah,
I just shot a hole in my own argument.
I mean, it was good while it lasted. I'll give you that.
My brain's leaking out. It's got too many places to go.
See what happens when you cut your hair off?
Yeah, I know, man.
Look. This is why I have hair.
Well, I got so frustrated Saturday, I started doing like this, and then I got to looking at it, and I'm like, it's got to go now. So, anyway.
It's the first time I've taken my hat off on air. Oh, my God. Let's never do that again. Holy crap. Make sure you tune in Saturday to the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show. I will not be on it. I will be DJing our very own Dylan Madden's wedding. That's right. Our boy's getting hitched. And
Welcome
he
to the
asked
club,
me
my friend.
And he asked me to DJ. Something's not right here. Nah, I'm just kidding. Big honor to be a part of it. And so it'll be Jesse the Beard and our boy Marcus MC Carlton holding it down.
The bald and the beard.
You two are like a match made
The
in heaven.
bald and the beard on the pregame show.
But make sure you tune into that. And make sure you tune in to the Alan Kerr Advisors 5th quarter postgame show immediately following the game. Yes, D-Mad, I'm gonna steal from the comments here for a second, Jesse. I've got intrigued by doing this DJ thing because I've been exploring the music thing and everything, and getting into the lab, as MC says, and we've come up with a name for me. It's the Nerdy DJ, because I look. From long story short, I like to do things like this with movie themes, mixes and things like that. So that's why. And he called me nerdy. So there you go.
If the shoe fits, man,
Right. But hey, big thank you to Harris Made Chef Services and Alan Kerr Advisors for sponsoring the pre and post game show. Man, before we get to our picks, have you checked out the volleyball team and the soccer team? I say this every week. Holy crap, dude.
We talk about same old with the football in a negative light, but you can spin that around and put it in a positive light for soccer and volleyball. I mean,
so check this out. Number 6, Arkansas extends its unbeaten streak. I said it, unbeaten streak. They're now 5-0-1. They got a 4-2 win over BYU in front of 3,000 fans. And guess what, MC? That's Razorback Field's 3rd largest crowd.
I like it.
So Razorback fans showed up and showed out. Now, check this out. The volleyball team. Zoe Evans named SEC Defensive Player of the Week. There is no co in front of that. She is the Defensive Player of the Week. After an excellent weekend on both sides of the ball, Arkansas's blocker Zoe Evans was named SEC Defensive Player of the Week on Monday. Arkansas is now 7-0 on the season. Its first 7-0 start since when, MC? Just take a wild guess.
I don't know.
2002.
I wouldn't even know where to start with a guess.
And it's also the first one for head coach Jason Watson. The Hogs' 4 consecutive home sweeps was first achieved in 2011, and the first time it ever happened in the same weekend. Dude, keep on trucking.
TCB, man.
Let me add on to that, Zach.
Go for it.
Not only did they sweep the Woo Pig Invitational, I believe it was 4 matches, 3 straight sets. They did not lose a single set in Barnhill.
That's doing work, man. That's all you can say about that. They're just doing it right.
But sorry about that. I was
Multitasking got you.
I was trying to multitask. You know me, ADHD brain. But I mean, are these? Hey, are volleyball and soccer on like ESPN Plus or Ocho or whatever?
I'm pretty sure they're going to be on Plus. I know I've seen volleyball there in the past. Now I haven't looked, but I can take care of that real quick as we're talking through something else. I'm almost certain it's going to be with the SEC contract they have with ESPN. I mean, it's pretty much like everything gets televised now.
Pretty sure they're on SEC Plus, and then with the success that volleyball and soccer are both having, they may make Game of the Week a few times, especially as we get into conference and be on the SEC network.
Yeah.
Ew. But dude, I'm trying to get up to Fayetteville to see a soccer and a volleyball thing because I want to go inside of Barnhill and I want to go check out the atmosphere at Razorback Field. But let's talk SEC as a whole for a little bit. I'm not happy with how it happened last week. Not happy at all. Jesse
Why
and
is that, Zach? What happened?
Shut up. I'm losing, Jesse. That's why. You and MC are tied at 12-3, and I'm sitting in dead last at 11-5. Yeah. Shut up, dude. Hey, it ain't I'm not even going to say that because I'm opening myself up for some bad comments in Hog Tour. You know what? No, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It ain't about how you start. It's how you finish. That's what she said.
Shannon Sharp agrees.
Whoa there, Tiger. Whoa there, Tiger. Whoa. All right, so let's get into the. Oh my god, what am I? This is what I have to deal with, y'all. This is what I have to deal with. So let's get into this week's picks. First up, number 4, Bama travels to Wisconsin. Bama is a 16-point favorite. Jesse, we'll start with you.
As much as it hurts to say, roll Tide.
I bet you just vomited in your mouth for a little bit. MC?
Jump around, baby. I'm going upset.
Why? Okay, wait. Why are you going upset?
Just a gut feeling. I believe this is Alabama's first trip to Camp Randall. Camp Randall is a hostile environment anyway. I think they're going to be super jacked for that. And I'm not convinced after watching Alabama play South Florida that this is not going to be the same caliber. This is not a Saban Alabama team. This is the first major road test for this crew under Kalen DeBoer. And I really have a good feeling about Wisconsin.
I got to catch up some wins, so I'm going number 4, Bama. I got to.
Yep.
I got to. Number 16, LSU, 7-point favorite at South Carolina. MC.
Man, if you'd have told me South Carolina was going to go into Kentucky and do what they did, I would have been measuring your straitjacket. I did not see that coming. They went in there and just completely dominated Kentucky. I believe South Carolina's got game day this week. I think game day's decided they're going to Columbia for that one.
Go ahead, MC.
Man, I'm not a believer in South Carolina yet. I'm gonna take LSU.
All right.
I'm gonna get a little cocky here, and I'm going South Carolina.
Oh, upset special. I'm anxious to see what kind of crowd they have turn out for game day because South Carolina fans are notorious for being, very, very well attended games. I mean, I remember several years back when they were winning 2 and 3 games a year and they were still selling the place out. So I look for them to put on a good show for game day.
All right. All right. So you got, sorry, I'm multitasking here.
I'm doing LSU.
Well, we're probably, Jesse, hit the breaking news thing. I got to make an announcement real quick.
Whoopsie.
Okay.
Sausage.
That's all right, Jesse. Hey, look, guys, real quick. We're monitoring the comments over here, and I appreciate you guys' feedback. All right, I really do. But we say a lot of stuff. We talk a lot of crap, and we can cuss a little bit. But this is still a family show. Let's tone down some of the F-bombs that's being dropped. Let's tone down the cussing. All right, just a little bit. There's no need for any of that. I know we get on PG-13. I know we at the beginning of the show we say, parental advisement for the content and all that for mature audiences, but let's ease up on the F-bombs, man. That's not. I hate to have to stop the show and say that, but let's clean up the comments a little bit. I appreciate it. So, getting back to our picks, who you picked? South Carolina, MC?
No, I'm taking LSU.
LSU. Okay.
Jesse took South Carolina.
I'm taking South Carolina.
I hope you lose that game. Give me LSU. All right, so this is the only top 25 matchup in the conference for the weekend. Number 24, Boston College travels to Como to take on number 6, Missouri. They are Missouri is 16.5-point favorite. As much as I hate to say it, you know what? Screw it. Give me Boston College. I don't care.
Boston College on the road. Wow. You going out there? You either going to pull even.
No. Give me Missouri. I just hate the dork, man.
See, now you got me thinking, because now you got me thinking that maybe Boston College could pull this off.
Oh, just because I picked mine, now you're okay.
Well, you got me thinking.
No. I
didn't say I didn't say I was going with them. I just said you got me thinking about it, and you made this decision a little harder now. I still think Missouri, they're at home. If Missouri was going up to Boston College, I could come closer to seeing the upset, so I'm going to take Missouri.
I'm kind of getting roasted on in the comments as I'm watching them. They're all picking Boston College. Look, I got to get wins, man. I'm playing it safe.
Could this be one of those Saturday? Every once in a while, a couple times a year, you'll have one of those Saturdays where it starts with the 11 a.m. game, and there's a big upset in that 11 a.m. game, and it's like the dominoes fall, and the rest of the day, the higher-ranked team, the later in the day it gets, and the more upsets that happen, by the time you get to that 6:30, 7 o'clock game, there is so much pressure on the higher-ranked team that they end up kind of choking it away as well.
Oh, yeah. So who did you end up picking?
I took Missouri.
Okay.
I said all that to take Missouri.
I was like, what? Jesse, what do you think, man?
I have to pick the dork, M-I-Z.
Yeah. I mean, you hate to do it, but...
Well, I go back to the fact that if they were not at home, if this was at Boston College, I'm probably taking the Eagles, but I don't know, man. I just can't go against them when they're at home.
Next up is Tulane at number 15, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a 13.5-point favorite. Give me OU.
Yeah, that won't. I think OU covers that pretty easily. Tulane is a pretty decent team, but man, it's hard to go to Norman and win.
I'm riding the green wave.
Oh,
wow.
OU struggled against Houston. Tulane looked good. I think Tulane's going to shock the world Saturday.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Do they cover?
They're 15-point dogs.
If they win, they cover.
Yeah, if they win, they'll cover.
All right, next up, A&M travels to the Swamp. A&M is a 3.5-point favorite.
Man, Napier's got to have one, man.
He's got to get one. Look, I don't think Napier makes it through the season.
No, there's no way he makes it through the season, but he may not make it past this weekend if they drop this one.
Give me A&M. Give me the Ags.
Going with the Aggies, huh?
Gags.
Give me the Gator Chomp.
All right. Beard?
I'm going to have to take the Gators on this one. The Swamp's dangerous. We pulled out a miracle last year. I don't think Napier lets that happen to him twice.
But I said it a couple weeks ago. The Swamp has lost its luster. And what happened?
That's fair.
I said that. They lost.
Miami put a whooping on them, but I don't know that they get embarrassed like that twice in the same season in the swamp. I think there's the ghost of Tom Petty won't let that happen.
May he rest in peace.
There you go.
So we're doing this in time order as kickoff times are. So our next game is UAB comes to Fayetteville and visits the Arkansas Razorbacks, who are a 24.5-point favorite. Give me the Hogs, Chuck.
Yeah, woo pig, baby. All the way.
Embrace the hog.
No.
No, we're gonna save that. That's gonna have to be one of them that doesn't come out for every game. It's gonna have to be a big game for that to come out.
Number 5, Ole Miss is a 24-point favorite at Wake Forest. Hotty toddy.
Yeah, they're good. They are good, and they're deep. They're so good.
Jesse, are you gonna go Wake Forest?
No, hotty toddy all
Thank
day.
Goodness. UTSA.
Jackson Dart will have 700 yards.
UTSA travels to Austin to take on the second-ranked Texas Longhorns, who are a 35-point favorite.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of saw what Texas is going to be last week, going into the big house and just laying the smack down.
Don't remind me. Don't. Just don't.
It was they'll take care of business. There won't be a fall off.
Jesse?
UTSA got embarrassed by Texas State. It's going to be Quinn Ewers will be in street clothes at halftime.
Arch Manning could go get his most snaps ever.
Right? As much as I don't want to say this, Texas looks unbeatable.
They look really good, man.
They look scary good.
Hey, they're going to get beat come October. I don't remember the day, but they will lose in October.
Dang right.
Darrell K. Royal.
Vanderbilt travels to Georgia State. They are a 10.5-point favorite. Are we all taking Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt over who?
Georgia State.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1.
3-0.
So this one has a little bit of an intrigue just to see how Kentucky rebounds. But Georgia, top dog in the country, 24-point favorite, travels to Kentucky.
I mean, Georgia's going to win.
Just depending on how much.
Historically, they have struggled at Kentucky, but the games have been much closer than they should have been. But yeah, Georgia's going to Georgia.
All right.
Georgia's going to cover by halftime.
All right. So here's the intriguing one that happened last year. They came and beat Auburn. Is it New Mexico or New Mexico State that beat Auburn last year?
I think it was plain on New Mexico, I believe.
I thought it was New Mexico State.
Well,
either way, one of these directions.
Somebody in the comments, fix that for us.
But New Mexico travels to Auburn, who is a 28-point favorite. I hate to say it, but give me the Tigers.
Yeah, the Fighting Hugh Freezes will bounce back off their bad loss to Cal.
Oh, yeah. Auburn. I don't think Auburn covers, but I think Auburn takes it.
Yeah, I think they'll, it won't be pretty, but they'll take it.
So this one I have to laugh at. We have all these that are like the 16-point favorite. We have the 28s, 24s. How bad do you have to be an 11.5-point favorite over Toledo? That is Mississippi State. And it's at Starkville. Just 11.5 points. How bad do you have to be to just?
And they're not good at all. But I mean, they're gonna win.
Yeah, it might be their only win of the season. Jesse?
Cowbells, but I'm not going to talk down on them too much because I know what'll happen if I do. We'll go to Stark Vegas and get embarrassed.
Well, and if you look
with a 7-3 loss,
historically, man, we struggle at Starkville. Even in years when we're supposed to be 10 times better than them, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a stupid cowbells or what, but we always tend to struggle at Starkville.
Yeah.
was Matt Jones the quarterback. We were undefeated going into Starkville, and then we lost that game and then turned around and got embarrassed by LSU the next week. It was a Houston nut year, but I remember we were undefeated, rolled into Starkville, got upset, and the team crumbled.
Was that the same year as Ambush in Austin? Was that 03?
Man, that's
it
been
may
too
have
long
been.
ago. It may have been.
I think it was 03.
That would make sense.
Kent State travels to number 7 Tennessee, who is a 49-point favorite. Again,
well, we missed their pick last week. Holy cow.
Tennessee. Holy cow!
They threw the Wolfpack off Rocky Top. I mean, it was, and they weren't even in Tennessee. They were in Charlotte, and that's how far they threw them.
Both burnt oranges look scary this year.
Yeah, I mean, they both look good, and they're both coming to Fayetteville later on this year. So
give me Rocky Top.
Yeah, I got to go with the Vols.
Jesse,
Rocky Top.
So I added one last minute at the request of the staff, and
okay.
It's it's Colorado going to Colorado State, who's a 7-point, and Colorado's a 7-point favorite.
Rivalry game.
Give me Colorado State. Give me Colorado State.
You hating. You hate.
I had
Give me Prime. Give me Prime.
I had high hopes for Prime. He just
won't. That's a blank show.
That's like Chad Morris level crap.
It's bad, but I really think and there's some animosity between Prime and the coach at Colorado State, Jay Norvell, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
There's some animosity there, so there's going to be a little extra fuel burning for this one. But I think Prime needs a win. He needs a win in a bad way, and I think they get one.
Jesse?
Give me the Rams, even though I wasn't a fan of the cheap shot on Travis Hunter last year. But I am going to go ahead and hot take. There will be a brawl during this game.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. All right, it's the moment everybody's been waiting for. I know we're pushing a little long, so we're going to run a little long tonight. We're expanded edition of Inside the Hawg Pen. We're going to take a quick break, catch our breaths. And it's about time to hog to it, y'all. You're watching and listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
You just got to spit on that thing. So
I know you did not just. Oh my God.
It's time to haul to it, y'all.
All right. It is that time, but it's also time for me to do something I don't want to do. Shit. MC, hit the button.
Jesse, bring it into the mix, and I'll hit it.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me.
I said one time. I don't want to boost
Ones
his ego.
to the sky for D-Mad.
There we go. Oh, look at the comment. Look at the comment.
It's not the finger I want to put up, but here you go. No, I've been putting it off, and I truth be told, I put him on the spot last week on the pregame show with a hot take, and not intentionally, by the way. And God dang it, he got it right. I mean, he said Ollie Gordon wouldn't have 100 yards.
Well, he nailed that, man.
He's getting married on Saturday. He's gotten 2 hot takes right. Can you let somebody else have the spotlight for once?
I mean, I'm getting a little bit closer to just going and asking him for some Mega Millions or some Powerball numbers because the man's been on point.
You got to give credit where credit's due.
Man needs his own prop bet on Bet Saracen.
But all right, Jesse, fire him off, Hog Tour style, baby.
Jonathan Parker coming in. NC, what happened to your hair?
The Oklahoma State game. I pulled it all out.
When he didn't warn any of us when he did this. This fool done just posted a picture on his profile, and that's it.
Yeah.
I called him and said, "What the hell?"
Shows up to the staff meeting looking like me.
All he said, honest to God, all he said was, it's just that time.
Yeah.
D-Man coming in. Same intensity in the fourth quarter, if not more than the first. Amen to that.
I agree. And just stay consistent. I just want to see fight.
Yep.
Then D-Mad calls Zach the Kool-Aid man.
I am not drinking the Kool-Aid yet.
Closer. He's getting closer.
I'm looking. Y'all remember that Dave Chappelle gift that he's got?
Yeah.
I'm fighting the urge, man. Fighting the urge.
Got Jonathan Parker again. I think what he's trying to say here is the interception was the only play that he would say Oklahoma State made a play on.
Oh,
that flea flicker was a pretty good play.
Flea flicker was a good one.
That was Purdy.
Yeah, flea flicker was a good one.
Get ready, Zach. He's coming for more.
I wonder who would have called.
All right. Wait a minute. If Baxter Meeks, if you're watching, I am so sorry. Shit.
I'm pretty sure he had us beating Oklahoma State, though. He had us 4-0 going into A&M preseason.
Yeah.
This man, y'all realize, if this man's record comes true, I'm going to have to move out of state like to Cuba or something.
I mean, we'll just,
There's not going to be any living with him after this.
We'll have to get him one of those little, what's it called? A luafala or whatever that the tribal chief wears. A little necklace of peppers.
Don't boost his ego.
Inside the Hog Pen, live from Havana.
Live from parts unknown where I found a 90-year-old German guy.
All right. We got Leighton Joe Frazier. It's a better team, no doubt. It's almost a whole new team, but the same results, which makes you say, well, what is causing the blown games? Only a few things the previous teams and this one have in common. I agree with him, but I can't put Oklahoma State on the coaches.
No, I mean, I felt like the coaches put the players in the position to succeed. The players just could not execute.
Again, just do y'all realize that if they can get these kinks worked out, do y'all realize how dangerous this team is going to be come late October, early November? Holy crap, y'all. I told y'all 4 or 5 weeks ago, we don't know what this team's going to look like.
Yeah.
And we got Jonathan Lewis in the house. What's
up,
up,
Lewis? Hey, man.
Neckbeard.
Royalty. Zach, I'll let you take this one.
Mama Linda says, I love the way you open the show. Thank you for remembering and honoring this day. Hey, I do it every year.
Jonathan Lewis again. If Okie State wins or contends for Big 12, then it makes it a little easier on the eyes for what it's worth. I can't agree with that.
Yes and no.
Well, okay. I'm going to tell you this. Go back and listen to that preview of Oklahoma State because he Cody. Cody Stovall breaks it down very well, and they're outside of Utah. They're the potential favorite to win the Big 12.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got up next. Air Force in the house, Brad Staten. My frustration Saturday was the fact that we played out of our heads the first half and then laid an egg in the second half. We've seen it way too many times in the past.
Yep.
Well, but isn't that Arkansas?
Well, I mean, even Bo Mattingly's saying it now. Arkansas going to Arkansas. I mean, what else can you say?
Jonathan coming back. To be fair, Ole Miss wasn't in shambles before Lane. They had a little recruiting momentum.
They did, but Matt Luke had recruited some good kids, some studs down there, but they were not in as bad a shape as Arkansas, but they weren't by any means where they wanted to be.
At the same time, he who should not be named had recruited the likes of Bumper Pool, Traylon Burks, KJ Jefferson.
I mean, you got to admit that Sam's best year came with he who shall not be named players.
Super seniors at that.
Yep.
Leighton Joe Frazier again. The wheel route and screen was there all day, especially since they blitzed every 3rd and 4th down. It seemed like BP didn't have much faith in that call. I can't blame him for not having faith when we're throwing it at shoelaces. Yeah,
the throws were kind of all over the place, and as Jesse pointed out earlier, when DJ Williams did his breakdown, you see the timing is just not there yet for Taylor Green.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of the game here, and I'm watching these comments roll in, the new ones, and it just sometimes I just can't help it.
Brad Staten, I would still take Green over our QB last year, 100%.
Yeah, I think we upgraded at that position.
I think we highly upgraded because I want to say I saw a stat where he's like the top guy or in the conference or top guy in the country on
Taylor. He's second behind Jackson Dart.
Yeah, on passer ratings on like 3rd and 4th downs, I think. Something like that.
You got Trevor Kaiser. We are not terrible or bad. I remember I was here in ITHP when Chad Morris, he said a dirty word. Had him and we the pan, and we had fans paying me to take their tickets.
Yeah, like, dude, that was those 2 years. Like, honest to God, I got to experience probably every seat in that stadium because I had people just giving me tickets.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to go there. I mentioned the player, and I knew he was going to go there.
Yeah.
Preacher Detonation Sanders.
Hey, let me give. This is not a praise Dylan show, but I gotta give him credit. He stepped up his game with Sam's. He's given Sam a run for his money here lately.
Here's the thing. That comment can apply to 2 players after this past weekend.
That's fair. Yeah.
Don't care how bad you're losing. You don't walk off the field when your team's still out there.
I can't justify that.
That is the prime reason. See what I did there? That was unintentional too. That's why I'm not a fan anymore.
Understandable.
You do not abandon your team when they need you. You are a leader. You stay on that field. Because
I have a huge problem with that.
That sends a message to the rest of the team.
Well, and then to take it a step further, I mean, if you saw what he said in postgame, I mean, he basically threw his offensive line underneath the pavement that the bus was riding on. So it's just it's a bleep show up there, and it's only going to get worse
with him. And I know we're expanding on time here, Jesse. I want to make this point.
We're good because I got something to add to it when you're done.
When you walk off the field the way that you did with the game still going, it sends a message to the rest of the team that you don't care. So if one of the leaders don't care, watch the season just completely crap out now.
How many times have you and I both quoted different lines from Remember the Titans? And I'm about to quote another one right now. Attitude reflects leadership.
Yep.
Here's the thing that breaks my heart about Colorado more than anything. There is a young man on that team, and I hope the NFL GMs see past what he's been through in college. But I told a buddy of mine the other day, dude's going to be an NFL Hall of Famer if he gets a chance. And his college career is being overshadowed by drama and showmanship. And that's Travis Hunter. That kid can flat out play ball.
That kid could play anywhere in the country.
I want it to be, I want y'all to understand, Travis Hunter is the man on that team. He is the dude.
Is he the Heisman favorite right now, even though he's on a horrible team?
I don't. I think it's Quinn Ewers.
It's probably his to lose, but
yeah.
But I hate that because I feel like Travis Hunter is just as valuable, if not more so, than Quinn Ewers is. Just simply because he affects both sides of the ball.
Yeah. But my point is, you didn't see Travis Hunter walk off the field.
Nope.
You didn't see, I'll be honest.
And I don't think you will. I don't think that's his mindset.
I don't think I saw him even slightly let off of his intensity.
No, the dude plays all out,
playing
man.
Both sides of the ball.
Yeah. Which, by the way, at the end of the show, for my final thought, I have a video about another playing both sides of the football that kind of struck me a little hard.
Brad Staten, did Zach just say something about going to see a man about a horse?
You would,
I love that
Brad.
old saying.
You would. You would. Love Brad, dude.
David Haslett's picking the Hogs 59-3.
Wow. All right.
So I mean, right about the same, Zach's been drinking again, 63-0.
Pretty much everybody's within a couple touchdowns of each other.
I mean, why not?
Jonathan Parker's got it 63-14. I just don't see UAB's offense scoring 14 against us.
No.
Tune into the pod when you get done watching us tonight. We talked with John Duncan, and that's one thing I got to say. Shout out to John Duncan and Blazer Victory. He didn't come on and try to put on an act. He came on and shot us straight, and I think it was a pretty good pod. So I'm excited to see how that does and how everybody reacts to it. DJ Nerdy flows better, Zach.
DJ Nerdy.
You know what? That's what it is.
DJ Nerdy.
Okay, now I'm going to have you remix that and put that. Yep.
Yeah.
Done deal.
I got to put this one up there because this one cracked me up. How do we think Taylor Greenhorn is going to do going forward from Trevor Kaiser?
My boy T.
My heart says that he gets things corrected. The few interviews that I've seen with this kid, he seems like he has a good head on his shoulders and seems like that he wants to learn and wants to get better. So I expect to see a different Taylor Green, and hopefully he's corrected some of the mistakes that not only DJ Williams pointed out in his film breakdown, but I'm sure Coach Petrino pointed them out to him as well.
I agree. There's a stark difference between the interviews I've seen with QB1 this year and our QB1 last year.
100%. Yeah.
And one of the biggest things that I've seen is accountability.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay? I would agree.
Number two, there's another reason why he's going to get better. The guy's name is Bobby Petrino.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't ask for a better mentor.
Hallelujah.
Yep.
Can I get an amen?
Brad coming in again. What about DJ Nerdy Zach and the Get Buzzed crew?
Okay, that win. Sorry, Sam. Unless I missed it, that wins comment of the night.
We've got 31 comments I hadn't even seen yet, just because I'm going back through the ones from earlier in the show.
Hey, like I said, keep them coming. If you guys, we love this segment, and y'all do. Yeah. It seems like y'all do too.
Yep, this seems to have been a hit.
Beard Brad said cocky.
I'm glad that went over well. I thought about that all day.
You thought of... Shut up, Zach.
Don't go there, Zach. I can roast you in so many ways.
I know. That's why I stopped myself. I can roast myself. Come on now. You've got a whole freaking video that's going to be released on Christmas.
Be everybody's Christmas present right there. So
Royalty
Casey Sutton,
in the house.
Yeah. Casey comes in.
Talk to her. yesterday.
Wants
I
to know
think.
what I think about Alabama's coach. I think he's a good coach. I think he's in a no-win situation because I think the shadow left by Saban is just, you always hear the old saying, you don't want to be the guy to follow a legend.
Right.
You want to be the guy that follows the guy who followed the legend. And I think Kalen DeBoer, honestly, I don't know that he's going to get a fair shake at Alabama because if he comes up and let's say he goes 9-3 this year, Bama fans are going to think that Chicken Little and the sky's falling.
That's what I said, dude. I said that.
Yeah.
You go 9-3, 8-4.
Yeah, and I mean they might even go 10-2. I mean, I'm not convinced they're not going to go 10-2.
10-2. I mean, 10-2 is not. I mean, that's not out of Saban territory. He's been 10-2 a couple of times.
A couple times, but then usually he would turn around and win the national title the next year.
Yeah, true. I got a note here. Sam Jones is on our YouTube page, not his Facebook. So we haven't got to. Hold on, Sam. We're getting to you, buddy.
No love for the YouTube comments. Okay.
I'll get to you, Sam. I got 100 things going on back here behind the scenes. We'll get to you.
Hey, y'all show love to Jesse, man. He's doing a great job behind the scenes, isn't he?
Yeah.
We got Jonathan Parker. He's taking Boston College.
Taking BC.
Okay. All right.
Adam Green's taking Boston.
Right there with him.
All right.
Dang, all right.
And then Adam Green with one. I had to save this one for me and you, MC.
Okay.
I'm telling you, go to the Saracen app, put $10 on a 3-game parlay. Boston College, South Carolina, and Wisconsin. If it hits, over $18,000.
I mean, I think that's worth $10 right there.
Okay. All right. If y'all do that, I'm giving you $5, and I want $3,000 from both of you.
I'll buy you your new soundboard, Zach.
Never mind. Sold. Do I get a new headset from MC?
I'll get if he buys the board, I'll buy the headsets.
All right, I'm sold.
All right.
And then D-Mad come in. There's a reason Harbaugh left Michigan, and it wasn't the impending NCAA violations.
Yeah, a lot of their talent is gone.
Yeah. I agree.
Which I'm interested to see what happens this weekend because Arkansas State goes to the Big House this weekend.
I wondered if you were going to mention that.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Got a sponsor in the house, Mr. James Harris.
James Harris, my big brother. By the way, I think he's doing a watch party at Seven Oaks. I need to double check that to make sure. But if y'all are in the Conway area, get out to Seven Oaks. I got some good food. I haven't been myself because I can't afford it. I'm broke.
Another sponsor in the house, Mr. Baxter Meeks.
Sorry,
calling
Baxter.
out MC for wearing the same shirt 37 shows in a
No,
row.
he's got one that he made for me long before they became sponsors of the show that he's wanting me to wear.
That's right.
I'm timing is everything, my friend. Timing is everything. So just hold on for a couple, 1, 2, 3 more shows.
Okay, see, the last time he said that, I got scared.
So I'm going back trying to find this parlay again because I got my Bet Saracen app open.
There it is. Tailgate watch party next Saturday at Seven Oaks Steakhouse and Seafood in Conway.
Savage in the comments.
What?
Can Arkansas stop Arkansasing? I'd like to wait till 40 to get on heart meds.
That's why.
With your line.
That's why I always tell y'all before the season starts, consult your doctor to make sure your heart is healthy enough for Razorback athletics. For this very reason.
Sam, I promised you I'd get to you. And the book of puns, as Zach calls him, Arkansas is the only team in sports history capable of kicking its own tail with no input from the opponent.
I mean,
I still like DJ and Nerdy and the Get Buzz crew.
I saw on Twitter after Arkansas blew that game Saturday, the biggest rival that Arkansas has is Arkansas.
Yeah, hands down, hands down.
Second biggest rival is the athletics department.
Amen to that.
Got Dan Yoakum. They need to bring in Eddie from Clarksville to do a halftime speech because Pittman's demeanor is depressing.
Oh my God.
I got to hit the button for Dan there, and let me find it.
Yeah.
MC knows that one.
Yeah.
Zach,
no
do you
doubt.
know Eddie from Clarksville? Okay, making sure you knew Eddie from Clarksville. I didn't
The
know he was
hog
on
train.
I'll
The
even
conductor of the hog train.
I'll even name
I've
drop
got
somebody
something
else.
flowing through my veins.
Yeah.
Sam with another one. In the second half, OSU did the okey pokey and they turned it all over.
All
right. That one wins.
Yeah, I believe we have a winner.
Call it. That one wins.
All right. And we'll be here all night if I keep going. Well, I got to put this one. The number 3 biggest rival for the Razorbacks, the referees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't argue
Although,
that.
hey, we did get a call in Stillwater that we shouldn't have got. And it was an SEC crew. So I guess they're trying to make up for Mark Curls.
Screw you,
Well,
Mark Curls. Sorry.
They know we got to go down to Auburn in
I
a
hear
couple
that.
weeks.
I hear that name and I get triggered. Sorry.
So, I would expect full-blown shenanigans in that game.
All right, Zach, take it away.
Oh, right. So, in my spirit of trying to bring positivity to the world, I was, y'all scroll all these social medias and stuff, and I saw this thing, and this is coming out of Lavaca High School, and it kind of hit me kind of hard just because of the relationship I have with my mom, and I want y'all to watch this. I'm not going to play the whole thing, and I'll explain here in just a second. This is coming out of Lavaca High School.
We'll get it wrong, we'll get it right. Whole lot of tears, we both have to cry. You'll learn to run, I'll learn to let go. Years will go fast, not to go slow.
So I played that for a reason. Man, family, dude, y'all don't take it lightly. All right. I know I'm almost 40 years old. MC, Jesse, y'all chime in here if you want to. I'm almost 40 years old, and if I'm having a bad day or I'm just not mentally there or what have you, ain't nothing better than getting a hug from mama.
Mm-hmm.
And that just kind of struck me because this kid here, look, Lavaca High School, he plays both sides of the football. He plays right guard and outside linebacker. But the key and the reason I played that is because he played the entire game injured. And he still pushed through. But Shador Sanders walks off the freaking field. I digress. That's my positivity. Hug your family tonight. Hug your kids. Hug your mama. All right. Especially on days like today, being thankful that you're still here. But guys, look, we need a September 12th. All right. We need a September 12th. MC, final thoughts before we get out of here, boss.
Man, just you kind of put things in perspective there as we close it out, and I'm just gonna say that you need to think about all the people. There are about 3,000 people that died on this day 23 years ago, and they say time heals all wounds, but there's still scars. The scars are still there from the family members that survived, and from some of the people that were involved in the building that survived.
My mom knows a few of the survivors.
And so when we put things on the video like never forget, it's not just a slogan, man. It comes from the heart, and we should never forget what happened on that day, and think about that as we move forward. I mean, we're about 60 days out from the election. A lot of toxicity in the air when it comes to the political front. Everybody just needs to kind of calm down and maybe put things in perspective and look at it in the same light that we did look at it on 9/12.
Jesse?
I'm going to shift gears a little bit because I can't say it any better than either one of y'all said it, but we got our hearts broken, Stillwater. But at the end of the day, it's a game. We bleed Razorback red. We love our hogs. But coming together on this show hanging out with y'all, talking sports. And we talk so much outside of sports, outside of the show.
Mhm.
But I just want to say thank you to all of our fans, everybody who's supporting us, commenting, liking, sharing, the community, the brotherhood, sisterhood for all the ladies out there. This is for fun. We love what we do. We love making y'all happy, talking Razorbacks with you. But I seen a lot of toxicity on Twitter after the game, and it's a game. These are college kids just doing what they love to do. So support the Hogs, support the opponents. Let these kids have fun doing what they've worked their whole lives to get to. And I'll close it out with that. Woo pig.
Well said.
So, and one last comment from Sarah. Yes, you are part of the brotherhood. You are our sister. You're our little sister. I want to make a quick comment, and I like I said, we're wrapping it up. But I've been doing this show 8 years, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to throw Jesse and them a curveball, and I apologize, gentlemen. But if I find out on Twitter that you are adding a player and completely demeaning and talking crap about them and on all this, I'm going to ban you from my show. No questions asked. Because
there's no place for that.
That's not me saying I'm a sunshine pumper. That's not me saying I'm a cynic. That's me being a respectable human being. Because like Jesse said, at the end of the day, these are 18, 19, 20-year-olds, except for one. But anyway, I hate that we had to get serious at the end of the show because it was a great show, and I appreciate it. Sarah, we'll talk after the show. But you guys have a great rest of the week. Hey, boys, enjoy the pregame show. I'm going to try to make it for post. I can't make any promises. If I don't, I will see you guys next week on Wednesday. For Marcus MC Carlton, Jesse the Bear Thurman, and all of us here at Inside the Hawg Pen, I'm Razorback Zach. You have been watching an all-new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider. And be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.